welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are staying safe. So this time I have this pickle recipe for you guys. It's the Tendli pickle recipe. I hope that all of you would give it a try and have a look how it turns out for you as well. It's really delicious. I personally love it a lot. So if you would like to know on to how to make this recipe, continue watching. These are all the ingredients that we would require to prepare the Tendli pickle. So I have a few curry leaves here. We will also require the main ingredients, which is the Tendli. These are about 60 Tendlis which I've cut and I've washed as well. So I'm going to marinate it with some salt and with some turmeric powder. We would also need some cumin seeds, some mustard seeds, some fenugreek seeds, and just a small piece of cinnamon stick. We would also need some peppercorns and some cloves. About 15 cloves of garlic, about 1.5 inch of ginger, and here I have about 25 to 30 Kashmiri chillies. We would also require about half a cup of jaggery, then turmeric, which I've already mentioned. We would also need some asafoetida, or it's also called as hing. Then we would also need some vinegar, some salt for seasoning, and oil as well. So here you can see that I have seasoned the Tendli with some salt, and I've also added the turmeric powder as well. So normally in Goa what we do is we leave the Tendlis out in the sun just to sun dry them for some time. But as it's winter over here, I do not have any sun, so I would have to deep fry the Tendlis in some oil. The reason why we do is to do this is to drain the extra water out of the Tendlis. So that's the reason why we deep fry it. So before I deep fry the Tendli, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this aside just for marination for about an hour. So in the meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend all of this masalas into a very fine paste. But I'm going to leave about half of the mustard seeds later on for frying as well. So I'm going to use just half of them into the blender, and the rest I'm going to keep aside. So I'm going to blend this with the help of some vinegar. So I'm going to use about 1.5 cup of vinegar. So if I need more, I'm going to let you guys know as well. So the paste is finally ready. You can have a look how it looks like. This is the consistency, how it needs to turn out. And I had to add a little bit more of vinegar. So I added about 1 3/4 cup of vinegar. So you can adjust it accordingly as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry the Tendli. I've kept some oil as well in the pan, so I'm just going to fry them now. So you can see here that my Tendlis have been frying for about 5 minutes now. This is how it has to look like. So once that's done, I'm going to remove and keep this separately. I'm going to change the oil as well, because you do not want to use the same oil, because there is the water mixed from the Tendlis as well, so you do not want to use that. So let's change the oil too. So what I've done here is I've added about 5 to 6 tablespoons of oil, and I've added my mustard seeds in there, and I've also added the curry leaves. So once that's done, I'm also going to add some asafoetida as well, just about I would say 1/4 teaspoon, not a lot. So that's fine, that's done as well. And then next I'm going to add the masala. So let this just fry here for about 30 seconds. So now I'm going to add the masala here. And let that fry for about 5 minutes. So the masala has been frying for about 5 to 6 minutes now. I had to add a little bit of oil because it was just sticking at the bottom. And I also added about half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add the Tendlis now at this stage. And just mix it well. And I'm going to let it cook for about 5 minutes in this way after mixing, and then I'm going to close the lid. But make sure that you check it in between, and we are going to cook this for another half an hour or so. So it's been about 15 minutes now, and at this stage I'm going to add the sugar. So this is about 4 tablespoons of sugar. So just add that and mix it well. And then we are going to close the lid again, and then let it cook for another 15 minutes. But do check in between as well. I would recommend you to check every 5 minutes. done. And so now we're going to close the lid. There you go, the Tendli pickle is finally ready. It took me about roughly 40 minutes, I would say, to prepare this. So I would recommend you guys to double check it in between as well, because it does stick to the pan as well. And I didn't have to add any salt to it because I had added enough at the start. And I would also recommend you guys to check for the salt as well. If you have liked this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family at the same time. And I would also say that do not consume the pickle once you prepare it. Just keep it for maturing for at least a week or so in a bottle jar. Make sure that it's a glass jar that you keep it in, and then it's ready to eat in about a week's time. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and thank you for watching. Ciao.